Good morning. Welcome to A Life Unpacked. I'm Nicole, and this is my life. Let's see what we're up to this week. So it's Monday morning. I'm actually at the vet's office. Echo has a vet appointment this morning, and she is not happy about it. She has no emotional support corgis today. Usually I try to bring multiple pets at the same time just to make it be a little bit easier and quicker. But Asher's actually coming tomorrow because he has his x-ray tomorrow for his leg. So so we just have Miss Thing here in this crate crying up a storm. So let's get her taken care of and get back home. Anything to escape. So it's the next day. Yesterday kind of got away from me after the cat's vet visit. I came home, I got working at work. Then I had to go to my family's in the evening for like a pre-Christmas dinner because we don't get together really on Christmas. So the day just kind of slipped away. But today Asher has to go to the vet. So what ended up happening with Asher is maybe about month and a half ago, he was in the backyard and he was just walking around, and a rabbit came running out of like our flower beds and ran to the back corner of the yard, and he pivoted really fast to chase that rabbit. Well, when he came back out from behind the bushes, he was limping pretty badly. So he did something when he did that quick turn, and we brought him into the vet that night, and she thought that he maybe had an issue with his knee, so we decided to let it go and see if it got a little bit better, which it did get a little bit better. He was on some pain medication and anti-inflammatory, but he's still limping. So every once in a while, I shouldn't say all the time, every once in a while, especially if it's like really cold or if he is like doing a little bit too much, he starts kind of lifting that leg again. So we're getting it x-rayed, so then that way we could just kind of see what's going on. So he goes in today for that x-ray. If you hear scratching in the background, it's because he's mad he doesn't have his breakfast, but he can't eat anything because they have to give him some anesthesia to get him x-rayed. So anyway, I am gonna make some breakfast before we go. And then I gotta come home and get some work done. I'm gonna take a half day because when he comes out of the vets, I'm gonna have like time to spend with him. He's not the best waking up from anesthesia. He gets very groggy, so I just want to keep an eye on him. So we're gonna make some cinnamon oatmeal this morning. So let me grab those ingredients and let's put that together real quick. Okay, so let's give this oatmeal a try. Oh, it's really good. You know what though? I said this was going to be cinnamon oatmeal. I didn't even put cinnamon in it because this is why. I realized this is berries and cream. I thought I bought plain, but I didn't think that cinnamon would really taste great in this, even though like I wanted cinnamon because like it's winter, it's Christmas, and like cozy, you know, a warm spice. But I'm not mad about this. Strawberries and blueberries and stuff is like one of my favorite fruits, so this is really good. The it's nice to, can we not be tossing stuff around? I know you want to help. This cat, menace to society. She belongs in federal prison. Yeah, you belong there with that donkey. Yes. Anyway, so the oatmeal is something that I'm trying to kind of transition to away from the eggs, get a more fiber-based breakfast, something that's a little bit lower in calories. I still love my eggs, but the problem is when I make my eggs, then I feel like I have to have a bagel with it because I need like a little bit of like sustenance. I'm trying to get away from eating like a bagel. It's a little bit too carb heavy. This has 42 grams of carbs in the oatmeal per packet. I didn't realize that they were pre-divided packets, which is kind of nice. Versus my bagel, which is 49. So they're pretty close, but at least I'm dropping a little bit with the oatmeal, and hopefully it'll keep me a little bit more full, and then I won't feel like maybe I can eat lunch a little later, not have a snack in the afternoon, whatever. So I'm gonna eat this. We gotta get Asher to the vet, and we gotta get working for the day. So let's get the day started. We're at the vet. Look at little Asher in the back. You ready for your vet visit? You ready for your x-rays? He just wants to go pee on everything. All right, let's get him in here.
8 hours later.
Look who's home. Oh, poor boy. So we found out that he has an ACL rupture in his back right leg. So that's going to be fun. He's going to need to get surgery. So we're waiting for a surgeon to call us back to start talking about pre-consultant. So he's just having half of his dinner now because he just woke up from anesthesia a couple hours ago. So, but he does good. I mean, he's standing on the leg and everything, but he does limp on it sometimes. So we're going to go get that fixed for him. It's this leg. So, poor boy. So it's the next day. Today Jeff is at his office for their holiday party. So I have the house to myself. It is so nice and quiet. It always is when he's gone. He's a very loud man. But anyway, and work is really kind of quiet for me today. So I'm actually getting a lot of like admin stuff done that I need to do for the next year and prep up stuff for that. I'm probably going to have a little bit of time to do a little bit of reading at some point. I finished last night in a holidays. Cute book. It never ended up getting more spicy than I said in my last update. So that's, if you're looking for like a Christmassy romance type book that doesn't have like too much spice and does a little bit of ... once it gets to that point, then that's a good one to pick up. I did start A Big Ship at the Edge of the Universe by Alex White. I'm not very far into it, barely into it. But this is a series that I've been wanting to read for a while now. So I'm excited to see kind of where this goes. I'm in the mood for a sci-fi type book again. So I've heard the characters in this book are a lot of fun. So on the back, they compare it to Firefly. So that'll be interesting. Yeah, not that I need to really pick up another series, but I'm ready for another sci-fi series. So I'm just focusing on that one. And then I've got my audiobook, which is Dungeon Crawler Carl. I read a ton of that yesterday. I ended up cleaning the shower, which I know I said I was going to, show you guys, but yesterday Asher went to the vet and I was just very stressed out about that. So I just wanted to dig into something to kind of disassociate, I guess. So I decided to clean the shower, and then I threw on that audiobook while I was doing that. So I think it was like a 2-hour long thing that I ended up doing. Like I sprayed it down. I redid the grout and everything, not the grout. I redid the silicone along the door. So that took quite a while to do. But no, that book is, I'm a little past halfway, I want to say, like maybe 55% done. What a great book. It's so much fun. I love listening to what adventures, Carl and Princess Donut are getting up to. The audiobook is fantastic. The characters are so uniquely different from each other because the voice actor does such a good job with it. So I'm going to continue on that and focus on this physical read, and those will be the 2 books that I'm really worrying about right now. Because we're going to pretty much drop the other books that I kind of pick at here and there. There's no point of continuing to update on those. So tonight we are going to the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. My sister is the most amazing, bestest sister in the world, and she is able to get us some tickets through her work. So me and my 2 best friends are going. I'm super excited. I've never seen them. My friends were not going to go this year because they were upset about how expensive the prices were this year for the tickets. And my sister was able to get tickets for her through her company. So super excited to go and see that. So tonight we'll be doing that, and you'll come along. And the rest of the week is just going to be kind of low key. I think we don't have many plans. Thursday, me and the girls usually get together, but we're not going to tomorrow because obviously we're doing that tonight. And then we're going into the weekend before the holiday. So it'll just kind of be like cleaning up around the house and taking care of some things here. Asher update. Now he's got to go in and get some surgery done. Poor guy. He's probably not happy about having to be confined more than he has been. So we'll continue to keep him. We have like our gaming office has like a half door. Let me just show you. So our gaming office here has like this half door. So we're able to put him in there and close this door without and it's it's relatively open, so he can continue to like be part of the house, so yeah, so he's gonna continue to live his best life in this room. And during the workday, he actually comes upstairs with us, so we carry him up the stairs, and at the top of the stairs we have like a doggy door, a doggy gate, so then that way he will stay upstairs and he doesn't like come downstairs on his own or use the staircase on his own. So yeah, so at least we're getting him out of that room and like seeing some other parts of the house. But yeah, he's gonna have to continue doing that. Actually, right now he's outside. He's sitting on the porch. Oh, what a precious bean he is. Oh, look at the bean. He's like, put me down. Oh, he's just, oh, he hurts my heart. Oh, he hurts my heart. He wants his tree. He wants a tree. Hang on, let's get him a tree. Asher, come. Sit. Good boy, Asher. Here, come. Asher, come. Down. Good boy, sit. Good boy. Gentle spin. Good boy, yes. Okay, wait. So you can see it, okay. sit, wait. I could probably leave him there for a while and he probably wouldn't mess with that, but you can have it. Okay. Office. Office. That's his code to go to the office where he has been staying. So let me go lock him in there. We have Miss Iris. Center. Down. Good girl. Yes. Sit. Oh. Sit. Wait. She's a little less patient with the weights, but she might be pretty good. She's looking pretty focused today. Look at her focus on me. She has always had the best focus of any dog I've ever had. She is just like, maybe she could wait forever. Okay. Okay. What a good girl. We don't keep them together because they used to fight quite a bit, and it's not a good time. It's not a good time when they fight. They're a little bit ruthless towards each other. So we just figured it's better and safer for them to stay separated. Asher is a very independent dog from other dogs. He does not want anything to do with anybody else. So her and him used to get along really great. We introduced a third dog into our family. His name was Kai. And he, I think, kind of threw off our dynamic. So now these two don't get along very well. We have since rehomed Kai because there's 2 of us and 3 dogs. If anyone was fighting, it was like a whole thing. It's hard to separate 3 dogs when you're only 2 people. So we felt it was better that Kai get rehomed. He was the baby, so he was the newest introduction to our family, and he was probably going to be the easiest to rehome because he is the happiest dog ever. So I knew that whoever got him, if they could give him like all their attention, like he would make a great dog for them. So we actually happened to find a family in our neighborhood here who they lost their dog the following year, the year before, and they had a corgi. So they're familiar with the breed, and he looked a lot like their corgi, so they took him. So he's just a few houses down from us. So we do get to still visit with him, and Aerith and him get along. So Kai does get to visit with Aerith, and he gets to come visit with us. So it's nice to still see him, and he is so happy. They treat him so well, and they love him so much. So I'm glad that he's still here with us. So, and then these two we've just continued to keep separated, which is not necessarily a bad thing. We've gotten used to it. It's part of our routine now. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm just babbling on for no reason. Let's, the next time you see me, I guess we'll be at the arena to watch the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. So, let's go. Okay, we made it to the suite. This is kind of what it is here. Let's do a quick little suite tour. We have a couple of seats over here, and there's a little like table here, a sink and some mini fridges, and then we have our own bathroom, which is amazing. But this is our view. We'll see you when the show starts. All right, we're here with the girls. Say hi. Ready for the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Trans-Siberian Orchestra! Welcome, friends!
Trans-Siberian Orchestra was amazing. The amount of work that they put into their lighting, specifically as a theater nerd. I did a lot of theater in high school and college, and it was like I was more on the technical side, so like the lighting effects that performances do always like captivates me, but they were amazing. Anyhow, it is now Sunday, and we are doing a little bit of a clean out of this desk that I have. This is where I keep a lot of my teas, and I have been hoarding teas like a maniac for probably about 10 years. So a lot of these teas were well expired. I think I showed the camera at one point an expiration date. It's like 2012. Like, who am I? So I threw out a lot that were expired, and I kept the things that were still decent. I did clean out the rest of this whole desk, the drawers and everything. However, I seem to have lost the footage from that. So let's just do a quick little look at the top section of this desk, and I'll show you the after here in just a second. Okay, I have a little bit of wrapping to do, so I figured I'd just have a little chit chat while we do that. This wrapping paper out here. All right. So basically, we don't give Christmas gifts at all. Or if we do, it's like something that I found that I was like, oh, this person like really needs to have this. Sorry for the cattail. But what we do pretty regularly, at least with me and Jeff, is we get ourselves pajama pants for Christmas Eve. But this year I happened to find, so we just don't really give gifts between the family, me and my sister and brother-in-law and Jeff. The four of us, we don't have any kids. It's just the four of us. So it's just better that we, buy stuff when we need it or want it. And these pajama pants that I found like screamed at me because, so a little bit of a story here. Jeff's mother passed away this year, and she, at Christmas last year, asked everybody what they wanted. She was a big gift giver. So she asked everyone what they wanted, and Jeff said he wanted camp socks. Well, camp socks to her, I should say, camp socks to Jeff meant like thick wool socks that you would wear up at a cabin or something like that. She thought he meant socks that had tents on them. Well, she got these camp socks and she gave them to Chris and Jeff, and they had a Yeti on them. So it was just like funny because like that's not what he meant by camp socks, but Chris has worn them all the time. Whenever he goes over to their house, he's always wearing her camp socks. Well, these pajama pants screamed at me. They screamed Chris. So this is what I found. They look like camp and they've got a Yeti on them, and they say, "Don't be an ass, Squatch." And I said, oh my God, if Ruth isn't yelling at me from the grave to purchase these pajama pants for Chris, then I don't know what it is. So I got him those, and then I figured I needed to get Tracy a pair. So we got her favorite animal is a giraffe. So she's got a giraffe pair of pajama pants. And then these are Jeff's this year. They just have some graffiti come and play. And they've got like video game controllers all over it. So very, very cool pants for everybody. So I have to wrap these up. I got myself a pair of pajama pants also. I have some thick wool ones that are, they have pandas on them. Pandas are my favorite animals. So I'm gonna wrap these and we'll chit chat a little bit about what I'm feeling lately. So I don't know if it's a little bit of like seasonal depression, I'm sure it is, but and it also has a little bit to do with this long-term health care that we're looking into. So the story that I said I would eventually get into is that since we don't have any kids and my sister does not have any kids with her husband, we are our own system, the four of us. So what our plan is that we have held back on a lot of things. They definitely are more strict. I shouldn't say strict. They are more disciplined in their spending than me and Jeff. Oh my God, I can't cut this paper. This is like the longest paper I've ever had in my life. Apparently, I cut like a child. It's fine. Anyway, so the four of us are our own system between in our group, and we own land in New Hampshire. We live in New York. So what we're planning on doing is we're going to be building a home together, all four of us, and it's going to be a 2-family home, and we'll have a shared space, and then we'll have separate wings for like our main lives. So the idea is that we'll have one big kitchen, one big living room, shared outdoor spaces, and then we will have our own wing, which will have a bedroom, obviously, closets, laundry, another small kitchen, and a small living room space. So that way we can choose to be together or we can choose to be in our own spaces. So our retirement is very ambitious, and in this economy we all know that not everybody is thinking of their retirement. They're just trying to think of how do I get through the week. We are fortunate enough to not be in that situation with our jobs, and our investments have helped us to set up a future that we hold as important in our lives. You know, we have certain goals and we don't mind sacrificing things in the now to be able to achieve those goals. So, long story short, we're looking into this long-term health care, and everybody has been able to be eligible for it but me. And I told you this last week, they wanted me to get down to 210 pounds before I should even apply. So the woman came over today to, you know, run Jeff's numbers and take his blood work and do all the stuff that needs to be done in order for the underwriter to, you know, decide if he's eligible for this insurance. And it kind of hit me a little bit harder than I really expected, because I feel like I'm failing everybody else in the group. And I've been trying so hard to lose weight, and I feel like I say that, but maybe I'm not trying hard enough. And I'm sure that, you know, that's not necessarily true. I am trying hard, but I could try harder. So I'm going to be really cutting back on my food. I'm going to be tightening that up. I'm going to try to get to the gym every day of the week, or get on the Peloton. I can do Peloton work here too, but I really need to be being active every day of the week, even if it's like a yoga or a stretch, something to just move my body even on the days where I'm not at the gym. I'm gonna be trying a very basic diet. Not this week, obviously, with Christmas and the fact that we just bought groceries. I have the food for myself for this week already set up. What is, oh my goodness. I wrote it on here, but this is like, these aren't real. This is like the cover for the stickers underneath. That's so silly. Oh my goodness. All right. I'm like, why isn't this peeling off? Try this again. Okay. So I'm trying hard not to get stuck in a rut a little bit, because I do feel this sense of failure when I know I don't necessarily, I know that I may not necessarily be failing, but in some ways I am. I have been 260 since I started this vlog channel. And you know, the first week I lost like 3 pounds, and I've stayed there. So I obviously got past that hurdle that was not allowing me to get down to 260. I was like bouncing between like 265 and 267 for a while. But now I'm bouncing between this 259 and 262. And it's really frustrating me, because I know that I'm eating things that I shouldn't be eating. I know that I am not getting in the water that I need to be getting in. I know there's some weeks like this week where I only got to the gym twice. And I can be doing better. And I should have been doing better, because when we do retire, which we plan on retiring early because our projected plan allows us to do that, I don't want to be the one then holding us back from doing activities. I don't want to be tired. I want to be able to do these things and not feel gross about myself in a way. And I don't mean like physically. I don't care what I physically look like. That's not the problem for me. When I mean gross, I'm saying like, I look back and if I miss an opportunity because I am not physically fit, like for example, we did like, I think I told you about this. We did like this rope adventure course up in the Adirondacks near us. Oh, hey Google, stop. We did this rope adventures course.
Stopping master bedroom TV.
That's not what I wanted, but whatever. We did this rope adventure course up in the Adirondacks, and I was able to only do 2 of the 3 courses, and I feel gross that I wasn't able to complete the 3rd course. I feel like I should have been in physical enough shape to be able to do something that I paid for, you know? By me skipping that, I felt like I missed out. And I would love, love, love to lose this weight and go back there and complete that 3rd course. I would love to be able to go on the Odyssey of the Seas again and get on that North Star and do that course. I would love, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to, but there was, you know, cliff diving type stuff that Chris and Tracy did in the Azores. It wasn't really cliff diving. It was like waterfall. They like cascaded down waterfalls and stuff in the Azores when we went to the Azores. And I didn't go because I didn't think I would be able to physically do it. And I would love to be able to go back there and do that stuff again. Do I think we'll ever get to the Azores? Probably not. I mean, we may go back again, but I don't know if we'll ever do that. Like that type of an excursion thing again, you know? But it's besides the point. The other things I could do. It's easy to get on the same cruise ship again and do that. And it's easy enough to go back to the zip line course. But, okay, so I got my presents wrapped here. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. We're going to push forward. I'm not going to start. I've got a new meal plan that is going to be much cleaner eating that I'm going to start after Christmas. Next week I already purchased groceries, so I'm not going to change things up next week. But the week after I'm going to go to this more simplified eating. I already discussed it with Jeff, so he is prepared to have different meals for me for the night, which is fine. I don't mind making 2 meals if they're easy enough to make. So that's kind of the plan for us. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how long I stick to it, and if I stick to it, and if I don't snack in between. I really hope I don't. Yeah, and I hope I get through this little bit of, you know, feeling of failure. But we all get it. It's just a matter of, you know, pushing through it and understanding that you're more than the things that you think you're failing on, and it's, in the grand scheme of things, this isn't that bad. I've been working at it. You know, my doctors say that I should be proud of the weight that I have already lost. So I just gotta keep forward, keep the momentum going, keep motivating myself and being determined and disciplined, and I'll get there. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and, you know, like, comment, do all the things, and, you know, we'll get through this together. So I'll see you guys next week. Bye.